Hey Coven, happy Pride Month. I'm so happy to see you here on the channel. Welcome back / welcome to the Heathen Hedge Witch. I am Runa Strong. This is the safe space that I have created on the internet. You are welcome to be here if you are open and accepting to those around you. But we do not accept bigots or witch hunters or people who serve that sort of energy. It's summer vacation! So my little one is home from school, so if you hear some kind of chaotic background noise, that's probably just my mini-me having the time of his life. So anyways, let's get into this video. I'm not wearing the hat right now because I'm not sharing wisdom. I put on the Odin hat when I share wisdom. Today I'm just kind of doing a little bit of a personal vlog, if you will. But maybe someday eventually I'll upload like twice a week and we'll do vlogs at like another day. But for now, I'm still just uploading once a week, and one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is kind of a fun little trend that my friend Amy did over on Cute Girly Goth. You can follow her. I will put a link to her channel somewhere in the cards or in the description, or both maybe. But I found this over on her channel, and it is 13 things that make me feel witchy. So I wanted to make this video to kind of connect to you guys and talk to you about 13 things that make me feel like a witchin' badass pagan. So let's get right into it. Thing number 1 on my list is the moon. Whenever I can just stop and really be in awe of that beautiful light, or sometimes the all-encompassing darkness that we get from the lack of her, I really vibe with the moon, especially as someone who has a lot of water placements in their chart. I am very like, yes, we love the moon here. The phases and the changes and the effects that the moon has on all of us and our emotions, and I mean even just the waves themselves. Like, the moon is a very beautiful representation of power, and I love it. Thing number 2 that makes me feel witchy is cooking or producing potions. Even if it's just simple craft macaroni and cheese, just adding those ingredients in and putting my intention in my food before I consume it is a thing that has always and probably will always make me feel really powerful and witchy. I feel like I'm really reclaiming that power when I'm like intentionally crafting food, or even if it's something I got at a restaurant, just, you know, putting my intention over that food and then eating it. It just makes me feel super powerful, like I'm really reclaiming that power and designing my life for myself. I'm not just going with the flow, I am creating the flow, and I love that when it comes to kitchen magic. Thing number 3, this is for my spooky medium witches out there, hedge witches like me. One thing that I really love to do is to visit a graveyard. I do have to go with the veil these days, crown chakra on fucking beast mode, but I do love going to the graveyard, and I love sending healing to spirits. If I see any deceased children in the graveyard, I will help them pass on, and that's something I really enjoy doing. Visiting a graveyard is something that makes me feel witchy because as a medium, I'm welcome there. When a lot of people, even in witchy pagan circles, sometimes look at people who can talk to the dead, like side-eye you a little, like, who's this? What are they thinking? I don't get that at a graveyard. If anything, they're just like, oh my god, you can see me? And as someone who practices Reiki, I like to offer them healing or something like that as well. That's something that I really enjoy doing that just makes me feel really powerful, really witchy. Number 4 on the list of things that make me feel witchy and powerful are fire, in just about any sense, whether it be candles, incense, or just a big fire outside. One thing that I love to do about once a week is I will burn all the paper trash that has accumulated in our house. I don't like to compost things that have like harmful dyes in them. I don't want that to become my soil, so I will burn that trash. I'm trying, you know, to live as zero waste as possible with the options that are available to us around here. And that's one thing that I really like doing because I feel like it's really good for the earth, and I just enjoy the heat and the passion that comes with fire. And as someone who works with Loki, it is just a lot of fun. It's a really cool way to really connect to him and feel his chaos contained. Contained chaos. That's a lesson with Loki, but we'll get into that in another video. And to go along with fire is water. Being in water, whether it's taking a salt bath or diving in the waves in Lake Michigan. I love playing with water, and I love that my son and I both were Cancer risings, and so him having water placements in his top 3 makes him really enjoy water as well. And him and I both have so much fun playing with the sprinkler or with the little kiddie pool outside, and I love playing with water and how cleansing and nourishing for the body, mind, and spirit. Like, all 3 souls of me enjoy water. It's just who I am. I don't know. Maybe that's why I like the moon too. I'm so full of water. I don't know. Hydrate, don't hydrate. And to go along with that, but still kind of different, is number 6, Rainstorms. Because I love collecting rainwater and using it in my spell work or giving it as offerings or other things like that. It is one of my favorite things to do that I've done since the beginning of my path, is collecting rainwater. And one of these days when we have the retreat, I hope that a lot of the water that nourishes our plants and our crops and things like that is rainwater. I hope that we can, you know, put together a rainwater collection, barrels of sorts. And yeah, that's something I love. I'm super for it. I love when the storm sounds like a drum roll, and anybody who has seen me through a storm knows that I scream for Thor like I'm a fangirl at a concert because I love his drum roll. I live for that drum roll. Yes, rainstorms definitely make me feel connected and powerful and witchy, and I love dancing in the rain, barefoot in the grass, you know, like that TikTok audio. Put your feet on the ground, let them get wet. Like, yeah, I'm perfectly fine. I love rainstorms. Thank you for coming to my witch talk. Not to be confused with witch talk. Witch talk, like TED Talk, but for witches. Very specific clarification there. Okay, thank you. Speaking of bare feet, that is next on the list. I love grounding with bare feet. I love when I can go to events like Hippie Fest or like any gathering or retreat that I've been to so far. They are very pro, like, put your feet on the ground, let them get dirty. And I love that because it is so good for me. I'm not one of the people that can like hike through the woods with bare feet. I have sissy feet to an extent, but not that bad, okay? My sissy feet aren't super babies, but I do not like the idea of like stepping on thorns or anything like that out in the wild. But if I'm in like a grassy area or a garden or something like that, I definitely will kick off my feet when I'm like pulling weeds and working in the garden, because it just really helps me connect to the energy of the garden space itself, to the plants that I'm trying to ally with. I love that. In the study of Reiki, you learn about the meridians through the body beyond just the 7 chakra points. You know, the hands are one of them, and so are the feet. And the feet and the hands really absorb a lot of energy, and that's why cleansing those, when you cleanse all your chakra points, to also do your hands and feet, is very important. And this is why I love being barefoot and grounding, because your feet are like little sponges, and that energy sometimes needs to go back to the earth, because she can neutralize that for you and help you feel a lot better. Mother Earth is a great healer energy to work with. Thing number 8 on things that make me feel witchy is my witch's hat. So I wasn't gonna wear that in the beginning of the video because it's a topic, so let me go get it. It's just sitting over here in my Odin altar. Little glam shot of my Odin altar here to show you how that looks. Edit that in. Ooh, fancy edits. Wow. Such skill here happening on YouTube. Anyways, this was given to me at my first Yule gathering with the Wisdom of Odin community. Shout out to Jacob. If you don't follow his channel yet, you're missing out. But I was gifted this hat from my friend Mary, and they are a really cool person. And I cried like a baby because that year I was being tested a lot on my faith, and a lot of people had accused me of hexing them when I didn't. They were just having really bad luck because of bad karma. I literally did nothing against these people, and I was being treated like I was evil and like I did do bad things when I didn't. And it was really, really shitty. And then my friend Mary comes out and she puts this hat on my head and basically called me a badass witch. And I was just like, someone sees me as a witch and it's a good thing. Like, they're not looking at me like I'm a witch and it's like shameful or negative. And this hat means a lot to me, and I eventually will get more witches hats and like fun, you know, pieces to wear for rituals and stuff. But this one is always going to be very, very special to me. Thank you, Mary, for putting the witch's crown upon my head, so to speak. This sits on my Odin altar, and it is charged with wisdom, and she's another Odin kid, so it really feels special. So I appreciate this so much. Thank you. So much like my hat, I love to wear black. I've been wearing black everything since my high school days because I was a theater kid and I really liked backstage theater as much as I loved being in front of everything, like being an actor. I also really enjoyed doing makeup, doing set design, doing all of that other fun backstage stuff, you know. But you get what I'm saying. Like, I loved all of that stuff, and in order to do backstage work, you have to wear all black. You have to be like a ninja hiding in the dark. And so that's what I kind of had to do, and I loved it though. And I never really grew out of that because black always made me feel protected. Turns out with color magic, that's what it does. Go figure. I've like been a witch this whole time. What do you know? But I love that about black. I love that black really makes me feel like I'm just enveloped in a safe space and my energy is my own. And yes, I'm wearing rainbow right now because it's Pride Month, okay? I do sometimes wear color these days. Listen to the song Rainbow by Kesha and cry like a baby with me because that song spoke to my little goth ass. I'm telling you, I love that song so much. I don't care. I don't care how cheesy it makes me. And then Learn to Let It Go, that one is good too. Like she's speaking true facts. But yeah, I love wearing black, especially black makeup. Like a black lip just makes me feel like solid. Number 10 on our list, we are almost finished here, but number 10 is yoga or dancing. These things really taking back my divine feminine and shaking my hips and, you know, twerking, things like that. Make me feel very powerful, very feminine, a little seductive. Oh well, I like that part of myself. Maybe that's because I work with Freya, or maybe that's just because that's who the fuck I am, and it's okay. It's okay. I mean, I'm not like doing it to hurt anybody, you know? I'm not like gold digging or anything stupid. I'm no Amber Heard, you know? I'm definitely out here living my best life, and if you got an hourglass figure, why wouldn't you want to use that? I feel like my past life self also agrees with me there. Like, that's just who the fuck we are, and that's a part of taking my power back, is embracing my body when I've been ashamed of it for a very long time. And part of doing that is letting myself stretch out and take up space with yoga, letting myself dance and vibrate with music the way that I want to, and letting my body be mine, and not sheltering my body and being afraid of showing it off and being afraid of it being perceived one way or another. Because I'm having fun, they might see me as being some sultry dancer, but it's like I'm just enjoying the song, you know? If you see me as sultry, that's your vision, that's your lens. My lens is just a girl having her best time enjoying music. Like, fuck off. You know, and that's something that I really enjoy doing because I love music and I love my body and how it feels when I can move it and enjoy how it moves instead of being cautious of how it moves and restraining my own movement. I get to be loud with it, and I love that. I love that magical, powerful feeling that comes with it. Number 11. I've already talked about this a little bit, but I love going to festivals. Hippie Fest, Nordic Fire Fest. We have a lot of good festivals up here in Michigan. Oh my god, they are just so much fun to go to, and I love being around so many like-minded people, and even if they aren't exactly on your path, like, they get it, you know? So if you're walking around barefoot, you're gonna see other people walking around barefoot because they get it. You're gonna be like freaking out about, oh my god, look at this carnelian, this is an amazing crystal, I've been looking for one of these and this one is beautiful. People are gonna be like, girl, go have that sex, carnelian is amazing, get it done. Like, they're gonna get it, you know? Nobody's gonna be looking at you sideways because people there just are on a similar frequency, even if it's not exactly the same. And I fucking love being around like-minded people. Going to those events like only once or twice a year made me long for it so much more, and that's kind of what made me want to create a retreat and community, because I wanted to be around that more. I need more of that in my life. It is so grounding and spiritually fulfilling. I can't even fully express how much it means to me to go to those events. I love them. I actually bought this shirt at the last Tippy Fest that I went to last year, which was awesome. I had such a good time at that event. It was a blast. I love going to festivals. I love doing the paint. I love dressing up. Like, depending on what event you're going to, like, the theater kid in me loves going all out. Even Comic-Con. You know, nowadays there's spiritual tables at Comic-Con and it's a lot of fun. So it's like, I just love that kind of stuff. It makes me feel really connected, and like I'm not alone walking this path, even though I am by myself. I'm not alone, and that is crucial, and I love that about festivals. I've already talked about them a couple of times, but fuck it. Crystals! I love crystals. I have like 3 in my bra right now. I love crystals. Oh my god, they just make me feel so good. And as a Reiki practitioner, I work with them a lot. There's different variations of when you get into Reiki and you learn how Reiki moves for you. Like, for example, I posted a sound healing ceremony that my friend did. So the thing about Reiki is that there's a lot of different ways to practice it. Aside from just the typical initial form of like using your hands, you can use crystals, you can use sound. There's a lot of various ways to do it. There was actually a great sound healing ceremony at our Beltane retreat that I posted the full video of that you can watch. I will link that as well. Lena did an amazing job with that. I had a great time. I really want her to make a channel where she makes her own videos of her, just like what spiritually comes to her with her sound. It's beautiful. But for me, I would like to get into that someday, but it is also very expensive to get into that. Crystals can be expensive too, but I went for the crystals. I like them. I like how they vibrate. I like that they come from the earth, and I connect to them so well. Like I said, I got 3 in my bra right now. you know, one for each titty and one in between. Like, it feels good. My heart chakra is feeling very good right now. I was struggling to sit down and film for a minute, and that made me feel better. So, like, I don't know, mentally I'm doing really well since getting some crystals into my life. Like, I really feel the effects over time. Like, it's not just the initial, like, oh, I bought something new so I feel better. Like, I actually see how they affect me and how they improve me and my life. And, like, I've even seen my partner go and grab a selenite to hold it against his phone because selenite charges up. Even electronics work better with selenite. He sees how they work, and it's just like the evidence is right there. It's so tangible, and I just love them. They really remind me that magic is real, and that even when I'm feeling low energy, I have my crystals to help me. You know, I don't need to tell myself no, I can't do something. I can just, you know, rely on my crystal allies. So last but not least, number 13 of the 13 things that make me feel like a witchin' badass pagan is dead things. And I know that that might sound weird to a lot of people, but I fucking love it. I had the best day the other day when I was driving and I was taking the back roads home with my mom from the grocery store. I came across a full rib cage and spinal column of a deer carcass, and it still has like sinew and stuff like that on it. It's mostly all cleaned off from Mother Nature, and it was just sitting there, and I was like, this is a gift from the gods. And I took that home, and I'm gonna make something out of it, and I haven't decided what yet because I still need to clean the sinew off. But I just, like, that kind of stuff makes me so happy. Like, I came home one day and there was just a deceased dragonfly laying right in my path, like perfectly intact wings, and I kept it, and it's on Freya's altar because I've learned since then that dragonflies represent her, and I was like, of course they do. Freya's my matron, like, of course she would just throw this in my path, duh. I love it. I love it so much. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a hedge witch and I talk to dead people, and so dead things make me feel connected and powerful. I don't know. And like, there's a lot of pagans that are into that though. Like, I don't think it's just a hedge witch thing. I think it's just a pagan thing. Maybe it's a Norse pagan thing. Maybe that's just because, like, we're Norse and that's just what we like. I don't know. But yeah, those are 13 things that make me feel witchy and powerful and badass. Let me know what things make you feel witchy, powerful, and badass in the comments. I appreciate you sitting through all of this video. If you got this far, I adore you so much. You are wonderful. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you all so much for staying tuned with me. I will see you all next week with another Witch and Woden's Day upload. Stay weird and think like the man Odin himself. Spread more love and peace around. It's free and the world is starving for it. Please, love and peace. Be well. Treat each other kindly. I love you. Bye. Pulling the ropes and stuff, that looked really inappropriate. I can't see my head when I'm like got my mic on, but the mic also helps tune him out a little bit, so I just need to make sure that I'm not like chopped off, but I think we're okay. Curtain railing. Hi, buddy. Oh, you broke off your tire?
Oh, tire.
Okay, I don't think I can fix this, okay? Can we just put this like in his trunk as like a spare? Because it'll still drive with the thing that's on there, and you just won't have the tire. See, there you go.
There we go.
I do want to start uploading vlogs on Fridays, but I'm taking some time because my life retrograde be hitting, you know. Apparently I'm the holder of the remote now.